list, list?
So I didn't have 2 classes. This is my first semester teaching 2 classes.
Oh, okay.
So in the fall, I think we were 13. I want to say our class was technically 13, thereabout. So, moving up to 15 wasn't that big a deal.
It felt but it felt so much bigger to me than when I was in the first, the beginner class.
Right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it started out as 12 and 2 didn't come, so it was really 10. I seem to recall it was, a lot, mostly around 10.
That's right. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I think is very doable.
Yes. That was a very good size.
Yeah. So, and but this is, you get a lot of attention. There's no hiding when there's only 4 of you.
It can't be better.
Well, good. Okay.
I wish I was better, but the class is better.
All right. So let me start out with some administrative things so I don't forget. Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I am not traveling, so I'm certainly able to teach. I'm teaching my morning class, but not everyone is able to attend. So tell me what you guys, can you or can't you be here? Let me, let's kind of.
I'm good. I think I'm okay.
For when? Okay. I'm sorry, I was.
Next Friday is Memorial Day weekend.
Oh.
Are you around?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's okay.
I may not be.
Okay.
Or I might be able to take the morning class.
Okay. Eileen, I know you told me you are around. So Sivian, you are. Marcia, I'm sorry, what did you
I'm here.
You're here.
Fine.
Okay. So, and
what time is the morning class?
The morning class is at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. I'm happy to send you the link.
Okay.
Yeah. So just let me know. Okay. All right. So, yeah, there are some women in the morning who aren't going to be there, but there are enough that I will have class. So you're welcome to join the morning class.
Okay. I might be in this one. I'll let you know. It might work out. Either way is fine.
Either way is fine. Okay. All right. So I seem to recall that you guys were really comfortable with Ashrei, but make sure that I'm not losing my mind here. So this morning we did Ashrei again, but we did it a little faster. In other words, I had people read and I asked them to push themselves and read faster. And we just went through it once and then we moved on. Should we do Ashrei or would you skip it and we'll start with the next thing on my list?
Skip.
Well, wait, Eileen, you're saying skip it because you're tired of it. Do you feel proficient in it?
No.
See, as a teacher, I should not let you skip it unless you say you feel proficient in it.
Let's do it one more time.
I agree, Savian. I think we should do it because, I know you might be a little sick of it, but if you're not smooth with it, then we haven't achieved our goal.
Okay. What page?
So in Lev Shalom, page 181, in Sim Shalom 420, in the big Sim Shalom, in the smaller Sim Shalom, I think
page 151.
Exactly, 151.
Got it.
We use the one that you just sent us.
That's perfect too. You can use the one I sent you. That's big print. That's a good one too. Okay, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. We're going to start with the second half of the prayer first.
Oh.
So this is what I explained to my morning class, that everybody always starts at the top and then they get interrupted or they start to get a sore throat or they run out of time. And so the second half of the prayer doesn't go so well. And you can usually tell this with a bar mitzvah student or actually a young student, who whatever age they are, when they get to it's the line that's ayin. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth line down from the top of the page on the second half of the prayer. So that line is longer, and you have to you have to take the tune and stretch it out. And when they get there, they kind of like huh, what, wait, huh? They lose it. They just lose it. And then they're really kind of lost their energy and they've lost their confidence and they struggle. So I kind of figured this out years ago, and I also put it into action when my son was studying for his bar mitzvah. He had a very long Haftorah. And if you always started at the beginning, he was so strong at the beginning, but then it was like, he's tired now. And so I'd be like, no, we're just going to pick a line down here. You're going to start here tonight. And he'd start wherever I pointed. And then once we completed toward the end, then we go back to the beginning. And then it didn't matter if he was tired. The beginning, he knew in his sleep, So as a teacher, I kind of figured that out. All right. So, I'll even take a turn, okay? Since we have a small class like I did last week, I'll take a turn. I was you, Eileen. I mean, we had a really small class last week, and I think there were 3 of you plus me. Does that sound? I don't remember. Anyway, so I said I would read each time we went around the boxes, I took a turn. All right, so I'm going to read the first line, and then I'll go around my boxes, and each of you will read whatever order I say. Okay, here I go. So I'm starting with kavod. Everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay. Kavod malchutcha yomeru ug vuratecha yedaberu. Sivian?
Lehodia livnei ha'adam gevuratav uk vod hadar malchuto.
Lovely. Marcia?
Malkut kal olamim umem shal techa bakal dor v'dor.
Lovely. Karen?
So mech Adonai lechol hanoflim v'zokef lechol hakafufim.
Very nice. Eileen, now you have the long line.
Oh. Ene ho elech elecha yusavecha
Beru.
Beru v'atecha
Ve'ata.
Ta.
Yeah.
Notain la chem et avlam be'ito.
There you go. Achlam be'ito. Oh, now it's my turn. Poteach et yadecha umaspia lechol chai ratzon. Sivi Ann?
Tzadik Adonai v'chal derachav v'chasid v'chol ma'asav.
Yes. Marcia?
Parov Adonai lakal korav lakal asher yikra uhu ve'emet.
Very nice. Thank you. Karen?
Ritzon v're'av ya'aseh ve'et shavatam yishma v'rod v'rosh v'yaroshi'im. Wait a minute.
V'yoshi'im.
V'yoshi'im.
You had it. You just kept following it. You had it though.
Okay.
Eileen?
Shomer Adonai et chal otava ohavav.
Perfect. Ohavav.
Ve'et Kal Harshaim. It is, wait. Yishmeed.
Yashmeed, there you go. Tehillat Adonai Yedaber Pi Veyivarech Kol Basar Shem Kadsho Le'olam Va'ed. Sivian?
Va'anachnu nivarech ya me'ata va'ad olam. Hallelujah.
Excellent. All right, so now turn the page back to the beginning. Marcia?
Ashrei Yoshvei Vetecha Od Yahaluka Selah.
Perfect. Thank you. Karen?
Ashrei ha'am shechakalo, Ashrei ha'am she'adonai Elohav.
See how we've proven my point? You guys
Yes.
are so smooth at the beginning. It's a piece of cake. Eileen?
Tefillah LaDavid. Aromimcha Elocha
Elohai.
Chai Hamelech Varcha Shimcha.
Yep.
Olam Va'ed.
Exactly. B'chol yom avarchecha ve'ahala shimcha le'olam va'ed. Sivian?
Ado Adonai hula lal miod the league du Latto ein hey care.
Take care. Very good. Marcia?
Ador Lador Yashabach Ma'asecha Ugvurotecha Yagidu.
Nice. Karen?
Adar kavod ha'odecha
Hodecha. Just Hodecha.
Hodecha v'divrei niflotecha asicha.
Nice. Eileen?
Zecher Rav.
Oh, you skipped a line. Be'azuz.
It's not Zecher.
No, it's the line above.
Oh.
Be'azuz.
Ve'ezuz. No, nor o decha Yameru Tulacha.
Yes.
Asaf Renach.
Asaprana, exactly. Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabi'u Betzidkatecha Yiranenu. Sivian?
Chanu v'rachum Adonai erech apayim ugdal chesed.
There you go. Good. Marcia?
Tov Adonai L'chol V'rachmiv.
Nope. Go down. Barachamav.
V'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
That's it. Good. Karen?
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha uvrachucha.
Yivar.
Oh, ivrachucha.
Perfect. Thank you. Now you see, we sailed at the end, right? We sailed through the first half because we did the harder half first. I came up with a theory. We proved my theory. Okay. Hey, you know, it's nice to come up with something right. Okay, so now let's turn to Yigdal, which is page 62 in Lev Shalem. And 326 or 53 in Sim Shalom.
62.
Did I see those pages too fast or everybody's good? I'm on the wrong page. All right, I'm on the wrong page. Give me a second.
It's 326.
Oh yes, I'm thinking. No, don't mind me. I got the page is marked. How hard is it for me to find? Okay, there it is. Okay, so with Yigdal, I think we should read it rather than sing it, and we'll each read a line to a period. So depending on which book you're in Sim Shalom, the blue book, the lines go all the way across. There's a period at the end of each. In Lev Shalem, they're half lines. So the period is at the end of the second line. So it just depends on which book you're in. Okay. I'll read, but I'm not going to start. So I'm going to go in reverse order. I'll read last. So Eileen, would you like to start us with the first line?
Yigdal Elohim Adonai.
No, it's Chai. That's actually just Chai.
That's Chai.
It's Chai because yes, it's not Yud Hey Vav Hey and it's not double Yud, so it's just Chai.
I just took a guess.
That's okay.
Vayis Tebach.
So Yish, so it's a shin. Yish Tabach, perfect.
So I have to go on. Nim Za V'ain At
8. There's 2 dots.
8 El Mutzi O Toe.
Exactly, Mitzi your toe. Very nice. Okay, Karen.
Echad ve'ein Yachad.
Yachid.
Yachid Ke'ichudo Ne'elam V'gam Ein Sof L'ach Duto.
Thank you. Marcia.
Ein lo damus
Demut.
haguf v'ein no guf. Lo na'arok alav.
Elav. There's 2 dots under that.
Elav.
Elav.
Even with my magnifying glass.
Yeah, you're
Elav.
doing fine. Okay.
Kedushato.
Nice. Thank you. Sivi Ann.
Admon lechol davar asher nivra ratzon rishon
There you go.
v'ein rashit li'reshito.
Very nice. Good catches there. Hino Adon Olam V'chol Notsar Yoreh Gedulato Umal Chuto. Eileen.
Shema.
Shefa.
Shefa. No. Shefa.
Yes. Shefa.
Nevuato. Nutano.
Yes.
El Anshe. Salul. Is it Salula? I can't see if that's the
Latto. There it is.
Vatifarato.
Vatifarato. Very nice. Exactly.
What are all the O endings? Is that our? That everything ends almost in toe. Toe.
Yes, but sometimes it's just because they're rhyming because that's what they want to do for poetic purposes, right? So, yeah. Tifarto. Okay, so is it my turn? I think it's my turn.
My turn.
I'm so confused who read already.
I think I need to read after.
Okay, please go.
Okay. Lo kam v'Yisrael
No, I lost my
Kimosha od. Navi yim umbit
Uma. There's a ma. Under the mem is a umabit.
umabit et timonato.
Tumunato, yes.
Timonato.
Okay, Marcia, you next?
Okay, but I'm lost. What line?
Oh.
I to go, no?
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
I
I'm
don't
in
know
the
what
2
order.
lines.
Okay. Do you see where we are with Torah?
Torah.
It's dark letters.
The 8th line down.
2, 4, 6, 8. I have Kadmon.
So keep going. I'm guessing. So go 2, 4. Oh, wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes. Go down to the 16th line.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Torah.
Okay, I found it. Torah emet notan liamo el al yad naviyo ne'eman beto.
Perfect. All right, Savia, now it's your turn.
Sorry. Lo yachal leaf ha'al.
Ale. There's 2 dots under the aleph.
See, I do the same mistake over and over again too. Ha'el. Vilo ya mir dato. Lamim lazulato.
Very nice. So fe fiodea sitarenu mabit l'sof davar b'kad mato. And now I'm going to go back the order I thought I was going. So Sibian, I'm going to have you read again.
It's just easy to remember. Gomel, ish, chesed, b'mif la lo, b'mif fa lo.
Yes, perfect.
Notain la resha.
Under the resh is a ah, so rasha.
Rasha. Okay. La rasha, ra, here, rish ato.
Perfect. Thank you. Marcia?
Yashlach.
Yeesh.
Okay.
There's one dot under that yud.
Yeah. Yishlach.
Yeah.
Laket yamin mashikenu. Lafi. No. Laf dot mahafke.
Wait, slow down. Do the word with the lamed.
Lamed. Okay. Laf dit.
So it's leaf dot. So under the lamed is 1 dot.
Oh, okay. Leaf. I see. Leaf dot.
There it is.
Machake. Kate. Yeshua. Ato.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. And Karen, the last.
Eitim Yechare.
Yeah.
Yechare el.
Yechaya. So you
Yechaya. Oh, Yechaya el birov hasdo. Baruch Adai.
A day. There's 2 dots under the dot.
Adai ad Shem Tehilato.
Very nice. Really good. Okay. I'm going to read through it all the way beginning to end. Okay. Just one more time while you follow along. What the heck? We have time. I'm not going to sing it though. I could, but I don't think you guys are ready. And honestly, you don't need to hear me sing. I don't sing this one as well as I sing Ashrei. All right. Yigdal Elohim Chai V'yish Tabach Nimtza Be'ein Eit El Mitziuto Echad Be'ein Yachid K'yichudo Nelam V'gam Ein Sof Le'ach du to. So yes, all these rhyme endings in the O on every other line, or I guess it's every line depending on which book you're looking at. Ein lo dumut haguf, v'eino guf, lo na'aroch elav kedushato. Kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra rishon ve'ein reshit l'reshito. Hino adon olam l'chol notzar yoreh gedulato umalchuto. Shefa nevuato nitano el anshe segulato v'tifarto. Lo kam b'Yisrael k'moshe od navi umabit et tumunato. Torat emet natan la'amo el al yad nivio ne'eman beito. Lo yachalif ha'el v'lo yamir dato le'olamim v'zulato. Sofer v'yodea sitarenu mabit l'sof davar v'kadmato. Gomel le'ish chesed kemif alo notain l'rasha ra karish ato. Yishlach l'kates yamin mishi chenu lifdot mechake kates Yeshuato. Meitim yechaye el berov chasto baruch adei ad shem tehilato. Okay? All right. So now I think we should do the prayer for the state of Israel.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Which is on page 178 in Lev Shalem. It's on 149 in the small Sim Shalom, or 416 in the big Sim Shalom. I have it marked, but yes. Okay. We have one.
No, I'm not there yet. Okay.
Okay, take your time. That's okay.
I
So
got
have
it.
a
I
student-
marked them all, but I couldn't find it anyway.
I have a student in my morning class, and I don't know, I think they use a version of Sim Shalom, at least I thought they did. At any rate, they only have the prayer in English in their prayer books. And she even talked to the rabbi, and he says, yeah, you're right. So I sent her, I made a copy, you know, from one of our books, and I mailed it to her because they only ever do it in English. They don't even have it in Hebrew in their book. We all thought that a little bizarre. Anywho, okay. I will read this for us, okay? Did we do this last week?
We went once over maybe.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, we didn't spend much time. So I'm gonna read it slow for you, okay? Avinu sheba shamayim sur Yisrael v'go alo. Barech et Medinat Yisrael Reshit Smichat Geulatenu Hagen Aleha Be'avrat Chasdecha Ufros Aleha Sukat Shlomecha Ushlach Orcha Ve'amitcha L'rasheha Sareha V'yoatzeha V'taknim Beitza Tova Milfanecha Hazek et Yedei Meginei Aretz Kadshenu V'hanchilem Eloheinu Yeshua Ve'ateret nitzachon te'atrem v'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam v'yoshveha v'nomar amen.
Why are some in parentheses?
There's the one word in the bracket. Yeah. I don't know the answer. We never include that word. Shet hey. I don't, and the readings I found, nobody ever says that word. So I honestly don't know why that word is in the bracket.
It may be is what it's on English.
So yeah, I can't, I'm sorry, but I don't know the answer.
Where people say, bless the Savior, it may be the beginning. Save Israel, the beginning of our redemption.
Yeah. So, and every version I've never heard it read. Like we don't include it when we read it.
Oh.
And the recordings I found online, they don't read it. So I don't know why it's there. I don't understand. It's an alternate or an additional, right, phrase, but nobody includes it.
Oh, it says on the right side that it's an expression of hope rather than a...
Oh, there you go. That it may be. Oh, it was added by the rabbi in England.
Right. I just noticed it now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, well, maybe in England they read it more than we do here. It's a good question. And thank goodness this book has a lot of answers. Okay. All right. Can I just start having you guys read, or you want me to read through it one more time?
We could do it.
Okay, thank you. Karen, I'm happy for your confidence. Excellent. No, that's a good thing. Okay. Karen, I'm going to start with you and go in a different order. But anyway, so will you read to the end of the line?
Avinu Shabbat Shemayim Sor Yisrael Begoalo Barich et Medinat.
Perfect. Thank you. Marcia?
Yisrael Rashit.
Reshit. There's two dots.
Reshit. Yes. Reshit Zamichat.
Tzmichat. Yes.
Geulatenu Hagein Alechem. Oh no, Alecha.
Aleha. Aleha. Perfect. Exactly. Sivi Ann?
The Evrat. Has Decha Uf Rosh Alech.
It's Ufros. It ends with a sin, not a shin.
Ufros Alecha. Sukkot Shlomecha. I don't know where to end, but okay.
Two more words.
Ushlach Orecha. Orcha.
Okay. All right. I'll read a line since the order we're going in. I get to me. Ve'amitcha l'rosheha sareha v'yo'atseha v'taknim beitza tova. Eileen?
Milfa Necha.
Just hazek. So that's a Zion with a dot in it. Don't worry about the dot in the Zion.
That's a Zion, the second letter?
Yes, that's a Zion with two dots under it.
Okay, so it's Hazecha.
Hazek. Hazek.
Hazek.
Hazek.
And Yudah.
Sorry.
Magine. Eretz.
Yeah.
Kadshanu.
The two dots, Kadshenu, two dots under the shin, two dots plus this little line for emphasis. So Kadshenu.
Kadshenu. V'ane Tilim.
Han Chilem.
V'han Chilam.
Lame. Two dots under the lamed. Han Hilem. Yeah.
Elam.
Okay. Karen, if you're not sneezing, can you read?
Eloheinu, Yeshua, Ya'ateret.
So va'ateret.
Oh, that's really different. Va'ateret nitzchon.
Under the tzamach is an a, so nitzachon.
Oh, nitzachon. Te'atrem.
Yes.
Tatrem. V'natata shalom.
That's it. V'natata shalom. Stop right there.
Okay.
Marcia?
Ba'aretz v'simchat olam leyoshvecha v'nomar amen.
Very nice. All right, we're going to go from the top again. So Sibi Ann, will you start us at the top?
Uvinu shabash shamayim. Sor Yisrael v'go alo. Barech et Medinat Yisrael.
Okay, stop right there. That's lovely. Oh, then it's my turn, I think. Reishit smichat geulatenu hagen aleha. Eileen, will you keep going? Eileen?
I'm lost my place.
Okay. So it's the beginning of the third line, at least on the right hand side in my book.
But the book.
The Evrat.
Is that it? With the book? Is it the bet?
Yes.
Okay. But Evrat.
Yeah.
Has derech.
Decha.
Decha. I see it under there. Yeah. I have trouble seeing the vowels in my text.
All right, you want
to using a magnifying glass?
Yeah.
Ufrosh. Ufros. Alechem.
Aleha.
Lecha. Suchat. Shelo. Macha.
Mecha.
Ushi, excuse me, I see that wrong.
Shlomecha.
I'm on the Shin Lamed.
Right. Mecha. There you go. Yeah.
Ushlat. Recha.
So Ushlach or Cha, because under the Resh is two dots. So the Resh just has a R. Or Cha. Yeah. Okay, Karen?
Ba'amitach.
Mitacha.
Lerasecha. Sarecha ve'oaticha.
Right, slow down on this one.
Ve'oasecha.
There it is.
V'tach nam. V'tach. Wait.
So this is as in a hard K. V'tach name.
V'tach name. Be'etza tova.
Very good. I told you this prayer was not easy.
It's making Ashrei look easy.
There you go. Exactly. I like that comparison. Marcia, will you continue?
Mil fanecha hazek et yadei begine eretz kadshenu v'hanachilem.
Very nice. Okay, Sivian.
Eloheinu Yeshua Teret Nitza Chon Ta'at Ram.
Raim.
Okay. Na ta. Shalom.
Yep, stop right there. I will say one thing. You're very consistent with 2 dots.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. But Aretz.
So interesting, has totally different configuration.
Oh, you're in the small Sim Shalom, right?
Yeah.
The shorter, yeah. So it doesn't end at the same places. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that book, but okay. But I'm going to do the last line in my book. Ba'aretz v'simchat olam v'yosh veha v'nomar amen. All right, so I warned you guys that this prayer is difficult to read. And, you know, my first instinct was, no, we're not doing it. But everybody kept asking for it. So there you go. We did it. But, you know, it's going to take more practice, obviously. It's not so easy. But let's go to something that is much more familiar. Let's go to the Shema, which I wrote the pages down. Here we go. Let's see, Sivian, in your book, I think it's 101. In the other Sim Shalom, it's 346. And in Lev Shalem, it's 155.
We're looking for Shema.
Yes.
112.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let me fix that. 112. Okay, someone this morning said 101, I thought, but
oh, maybe it's there too. No.
No, hold on, now I'm confused. Oh, here, 346. So let me find it in my other book. Yes, 346 in the big Sim Shalom, 155 in Lev Shalem. And Sivian, did you find it at 112?
Yes.
Okay, fine. All right. So the reason we're coming back to the Shema is not because of Shema, which we can all do just fine, but it's really because of the paragraphs after. So we did via Hafta, the first paragraph following the Shema, in our first class, in our beginner class, in the first book. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
The Golinkin book.
Yes, the first Golinkin book, exactly. But I don't think we did the second and third paragraphs, which in my book are the following page. The Deuteronomy and Numbers paragraphs, which is where I want us to eventually get to. But rather than just jumping into those 2 paragraphs, I thought we'd start with Shema first, because that's how the prayer starts. Okay, so Eileen, will you read the Shema for us?
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
And will you read the next line too?
Baruch.
Baruch.
I can't even see it.
Oh, okay.
Baruch Baruch Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
There we go. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Nice. Okay. So now, well, you all are familiar with Via Hafta, right? We've done the Via Hafta. Okay. We haven't. Well, first class. Okay. We haven't done it in this class, correct?
No.
But prior to this. Okay. Karen, will you read, the first line? Go to the second comma.
V'achavata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha uvkal nafshecha.
Right. So stop for just a minute. So I don't know if for you guys, this is usually chanted. So this prayer in our book is written with Torah trope included.
Oh.
Have I pointed that out before?
No.
So I can point it out here. So let me just chant it for you. Hafta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech ushapecha uvkumecha ukshartam liot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot beinenecha uftaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. I was sharp or flat, sorry about that, but that's essentially the Torah trope, okay? So if we look at the line that we already read, the very first line, the word Hafta, above the last letter looks like a colon, right? Two dots. That's, well, actually, I missed the first half of the trope. So under the Aleph, you have the little T, right, for the Ah, but next to it, you have a teeny little L. You see that? Well, it's a reverse L, it's a backwards L. That's the first trope sign. And then the second trope sign is the colon above the last letter, the taf, right? So then you go to the next word, 8, and you see 2 dots under the Aleph, but then there's also like a comma or a backwards comma, as it were. That's a Torah trope sign, okay? Now, I'm not going to teach you, these signs have names and they all have musical notes that go with them, okay? But that's what these markings are. So then you get to the next word, Adonai, and under the Vav, you have that little backwards L again, right? You see that?
Yeah.
And then under the next word, the fourth word, Elohecha, the third letter, the He, has the triangle of 3 dots. And then next to it, it has like a wishbone. You see that little sign that looks like a wishbone? That's a trope sign. So, and it's interesting to me that this is like the only prayer in our prayer book that includes tropes. So if you turn the page to you see the second paragraph, V'haya im shamoa. You see the next paragraph starts V'haya im shamoa. Yes. It also has trope signs. In addition to the vowels, it's got these other little signs. And also the third paragraph, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor. Now I'm thinking the reason it has this is these 3 paragraphs are taken directly from the Torah. The first paragraph is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 to 9. The second paragraph is Deuteronomy chapter 11, verses 13 to 21. And the third paragraph is from Numbers chapter 15, verses 37 to 41. And so they literally took them verbatim from the Torah because the Torah is written with this trope.
Does Go Lincoln put that in his book?
I don't know if it's in the Go Lincoln book with the trope or not, honestly. I haven't looked back in the book. I just do it in every Siddur I've ever had. They always have the trope. Okay? So anyway, I wanted to point all that out to you. So we don't need to read more today. But we will, in the next couple of weeks, practice reading these paragraphs because I think it's very fundamental. Does that sound good? Okay, excellent.
Who reads it in shul? It's usually the cantor.
Who's ever leading this portion of morning service. So it depends. This is Shacharit for Shabbat. Whoever the reader is would do it. Now, some shuls, they would do the Shema together. And then the shuls I've been to, usually chant via Hafta out loud together, the first paragraph. But then when they get to the second and third paragraphs, they're usually done silently.
Yeah.
Some people chanting, you can kind of see them chanting, some people reading, until you get to the last line, and they would then go out loud, Emet, and then people would sing Emet. You know, the cantor or who the leader was would do the last couple of words out loud, and everyone would respond Emet, and then they would go on. So it's part of Shachrit.
Do they teach the children this in Hebrew school?
Well, when I was in Hebrew school, yes. This is, I'll tell my story. I don't know if I've told this class my story. So the year I learned this, I remember very vividly my Hebrew teacher. He was a rabbi, Rabbi Weiss. He was not a pulpit rabbi to my knowledge, but you know, he was my Hebrew teacher. And this is before my bat mitzvah, well before my bat mitzvah. So maybe this was 5th grade, I'm guessing. And he was a cheder boy, you know, he was very well, a yeshiva bach or whatever. So the way he taught us this was with a stopwatch, literally. And so he had a chart of all our names, and he would, so we started with Via Hafta, and he wanted us to learn to read it as fast as we possibly could. And he would time us, and he would write down our time. And then, none of us had too much of a problem with the Via Hafta. When you got to the next paragraphs, it gets a little trickier. But the faster if you beat your time from the last time you read, you got a gold star. He kept wanting you to go faster, faster, faster. And he literally timed all of us and wrote it down. So he was taught to do this super fast. You know, that's how they taught the cheder boys, I'm guessing, was to...
Well, our rabbi is Israeli, and I think that's how they teach them there too.
Yeah.
He does everything at top speed. I could, as much as I've improved, and I love what we've done, I could never keep up with him in services.
Well, and you know, I kind of appreciate it when you're doing it on your own. And maybe when you're doing not Shabbat services, and you know, you're doing it before work, you're doing it after work, Mincha Mariv, as opposed to on Shabbat, you're supposed to luxuriate in the service. You're there for a long time. You're there because it's a day of rest. You got no place else to go and nothing else to do. So, at any rate, this, I can literally imagine the classroom I was in, imagine the chart he had, that's how vivid it is to me. Because at first, we were all kind of shaking in our boots, having, that we weren't doing it well. We weren't doing it fast enough. But, then you practice, and, he'd come around and he'd like, okay, who should I time now? Who wants to get timed? And he would let us practice. All right, I'm going to give you 5-10 minutes. Everybody practice. Then I'm going to start timing. Who wants to be timed? And that's how he did it. So, and I know it pretty well, I must say. I used to know almost all of it by heart, because when you practice it so much, it just gets ingrained, right? At any rate. So ladies, I'm not going to do that with you, obviously. I would just like you to learn to read smoothly. That is our goal, right? To feel familiar with the words and with the flow of the words. And honestly, I don't think this is as challenging as the prayer for the state of Israel. What can I say? I don't know why, but I just don't. So, good. I will see all of you next week, I hope.
And when is our last class?
So class goes to either the 3rd of June or the 10th of June, depending on everyone's availability. That would be the end of the semester, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we won't go through summer. I don't know but this summer, given where you are, when my beginner class was beginners, I told them, I can't in good conscience tell you, okay, now take 10 weeks off, because they would forget everything that I taught them. So we kept going. But you guys are far more advanced and you guys can practice. You're not going to forget everything. You know, the more you practice, the smoother you'll stay. And you have the ability to do that. Okay?
Thank you.
All
What
right.
about Shalom?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Class, what is that?
So next weekend is the 27th, Memorial Day weekend, but I'm here, and we'll probably do much of the same thing we did. We, again, if you tell me you've practiced Ashrei and you feel pretty good, then we won't start with Ashrei. We'll start with Yigdal, and then we'll do prayer for the state of Israel, and then we'll come back to these paragraphs after the Shema. Sound good?
Thank you.
I found what we were just doing in the Golingum second book.
Okay,
And
there you go.
each line is numbered, so it might not be a bad way to do it because you just point to the number.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Okay.
All right, thanks very much.
Shabbat.